Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 64 of the Three Virtues podcast.
I'm Mardi Gras.
Yes, that too. I'm Messina.
I'm Bohrok.
I'm Eljay.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Venom.
I'm Tenebrain Invictus.
I'm KINI'S Hawkeye.
And I'm Felicity Huffman. I mean,
Well then.
Okay, bud.
And this is the most popular episode we have had in quite a long time. 8 people. There's a reason we don't have episodes with 8 people, and we're breaking it because we're trying something new. And
Did we not very long ago say that our upper limit was going to be 7 people forever?
yes,
And then it
This is possibly the
Oh,
largest recording yet.
Nah, yeah, you see,
As
here's
of
the
this year.
thing. We're finding out we have rules for a reason.
yeah.
Yeah, we're
So
learning the reason.
Fun
not
fact.
allowed to have
Fun
reasons for
fact.
a reason.
Tried recording this 6 times, and we are recording 4 hours later than our normal recording time. So this is a bit of an awkward episode, and to add to the strangeness, this episode will have no news, nor any comic spotlight, nor any brought to attention, because we're trying a bit of a different format. We're just
I'm
going to
tell
talk.
people how long it took to start this thing.
Oh, about an hour. Well, no, not about an hour, about half an hour. 45
God.
minutes. But, yeah, we're just going to kind of talk about some stuff that's been going on, and it'll flow naturally, I hope. Bit of an experiment. So, a bunch of interesting stuff's been happening this week. This week has been an awful, awful week for a variety of reasons. So, some, newsworthy, and some involving houses in Canada.
Yeah,
Doing straight.
you could say that.
So,
It gets better, Matt.
who wants to go first? KINI, should you start this off? I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
You totally started off.
Okay.
Something horrible.
So, I'm thinking, well, what is it? How many of you did I tell this to yesterday? I think.
Meso and Eljay definitely, and Kahi.
Yeah, and I think I gave Ven a quick little
Yeah, you
thing
did.
on it. So this will be news to some people and everyone listening. So this should be fun. So okay. To sum up the story, my house is falling into a dirt hole.
Yeah, your house is in a dirt hole.
That's what you get, you witch.
How unfortunate. Please, continue.
Okay. So basically, my house is in a area of my town that's being developed right now. So my nearest neighbors are a corner house. They have a corner lot, and then there's an empty lot in between their house and my house. Said empty lot now has people building on it, and they've got half of a basement just done up now. That is an update for everyone. Anyways, they started digging, and the stupid... I don't even know. There's so many words I could use after stupid to describe the guy who was digging. He dug not only against the property line on both my house and my neighbor's house in order to dig this big pit to put a foundation for a house in, but he dug underneath it. So at first... And actually, before they even started digging, they hit my fence and knocked it over, and then set it back up so that we wouldn't know, and never came and told us.
Yeah.
Anyways, first thing to go, my fence. I don't have a fence anymore. It fell into the pit. The guys have recycled. The guys in the pit working have recycled the lumber from my fence to try and reinforce the pit so that it doesn't fall in. Anyways.
Yeah.
My neighbor's fence then fell in. My lawn has begun to fall in, and it's getting worse by the day. It started off as just a little dip in the ground, which then slid away. It's slowly creeping up to the garden next to my house, and once that falls in, then it will be my house that starts to fall in.
Mm-hmm.
My neighbor's entire side yard is gone, scraped away by the excavators. They literally took like the backhoe digger and just scraped away the side yard into the pit. That's how they dealt with it. They just scraped my neighbor's lawn away.
It seems like you're slowly getting closer to home, and by home, I mean
Yeah.
heck, where you belong.
Anyways, it's all fun and games.
I mean Karzani. I mean
Yes, I realized.
heck, where you will be abused.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Please continue.
Sick man.
Anyways. So, asides the fact that my house is slowly sliding into a pit that was made by people who are supposed to be building a house instead of breaking two and building one. You had one job, damn it. Build a house and dig a hole. And now you've broke two houses. And
Sinking
didn't even
right
build a
into
house.
Dante's Inferno. I feel
How
sorry.
How hard can it be to dig a hole? That was his only job, and he messed it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well,
So-
he's digging one for your house.
Yeah, good point. So I guess he did do a good job in that sense. Anyways, the funniest thing is, like, the story gets even better. Because my neighbors, while they were digging this hole, started taking pictures. And eventually, when they started digging underneath their property, they ran out and said, "Hey, you can't do this. You gotta stop. I don't want you digging. You can't do that. You can't be doing this." And the guy who was in the excavator basically laughed at my neighbor and said, "Hi, you can't talk to me like that. You don't know what you're talking about, yada, yada, yada. This is my property. I can do what I want." Because he was digging the hole on the body.
And you see, he kept digging and found a bunch of bodies right under his house, and then called the cops. But that's a whole other story.
See, the funniest thing is that shortly after saying that, "Oh, you can't talk to me and go back in your house, silly little lady," and yada yada, my neighbor called the cops, and they showed up, and we're there for quite a while.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my lawn. My neighbor's lawn was falling into the pit way before mine was. So the fact that my lawn is actually sliding into the pit is actually quite a recent development over the past 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
That being said, my mom has been calling the town and legally been on these guys for like weeks now. Works at the law office. Ridiculous.
I just can't
Like
get
every
over
day
this.
she's like, "Yes, I have this letter that they can sign saying that they'll pay for this. Now I have this letter that they'll pay for this."
I
On
just
and on,
can't
on and
get
on and on.
over this. This situation is crazy.
Would be suing for every cent they've got.
And more.
Oh, you wouldn't believe how much they'd be suing these guys for. This is just, it's just
Well-
insane. You should not be able to do this.
The thing is, though, if it was America, yeah, I'd be able to do that in a heartbeat. But I live in Canada.
America, heck yeah!
Same rules, and we pretty much think the same way. We're a lot less extreme when it comes to things.
Yeah.
It's actually better for my family to, for now, only ask for damages to be paid than it is to actually full out sue them. That being said, if they don't pay, my mom can take them to court and within like 5 minutes get a lien put on their house so that when they sell it, they still have to pay out.
Mhm.
And if it gets to a point, which it just might because it's actually getting really scary. There are cracks up in my house. I'm afraid to walk in the side yard.
Yeah, you're gonna fall into the pit.
I'm like, okay, so the next thing to go is gonna be this whole section of lawn, and then it's gonna start going after my deck.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyways, at that point, then we can start suing them like good old Americans for causing a private nuisance.
Yeah, a nuisance. That's what I'd call my house sliding into a pit. A
Yeah.
nuisance.
Cause a private disturbance, you're being a private nuisance.
It is Canada.
$50,000.
Canada, all right.
Private.
Give
Private.
me $150,000 in a Lamborghini, and we'll call it even.
I think they're only pissed off because their land's being destroyed. They don't give a crap about your house.
Yeah. This is. I just can't. Well, when you told us last night, I couldn't believe it. But this is. I would hate for this to ever happen to me.
I might be crazy, and I'll see if I can take some pictures for you to put in
Please
the slideshow.
Please do.
So-
That would be golden.
I'm going to do this.
It's pretty great, actually. Like, it's one of those things where even now, talking about it, I'm like, why is this happening? This is like, you hear about it on the news, but this isn't supposed to happen.
Not to the average Joe Kini. Yeah.
News coverage: KINI'S house collapsing.
Last thing you hear is, wait, no, I have all my passwords for my League of Legends accounts on there.
What?
StarCraft.
Somebody
I don't know.
saved my
League of
Xbox.
Legends. Wow.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Someone grab
KINI'S not a
Xbox.
scrub.
Ow. If it wasn't for the fact that my passwords are all in my head, that might have actually been funny, but they're all in my head, so you are a pathetic excuse for a human being and a comedian. But then
My
again, I
Lego
guess
collection.
these are pathetic excuses. for a
Save the
human being.
Legos.
Anyways,
That's
Yeah.
sad, dude. That's sad.
yep. It's a lot of fun. It's been great.
Yes, I'm sure it's a lot of fun.
Keeps going on and on and on and on and on and more and more
It goes
damage.
on and on and on.
And now
Hang
what?
on.
Now what? Your garden's falling in.
Well, yeah, it's not actually a garden because right now we never got to landscaping that, so it's actually just a dirt area next to my house
Okay.
that doesn't have grass because it's meant to be planted with flowers. But my mom was like literally a week before they started digging, she bought a whole bunch of garden stuff so that she could make that whole area all fancy and stuff like that. You know, yeah, no.
Yeah, it's sucked
whole
up
area.
now.
Yeah.
Well,
The unfortunate thing is my dog is mentally disturbed. She's like shaking and freaking out because there's no side anymore.
really?
Like-
Sure, your dog's the only one mentally disturbed. No, okay.
My dog recently mentally disturbed, Kahi. The moment I was mentally disturbed was the moment I had to meet you.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No person
You
can meet
kidding
me
me?
and still remain
Taking
sane.
it there?
Kahi is not mentally
the
disturbing.
shock of like inadequacy and inferiority upon meeting me would drive any man insane. It's the only
Actually, it
sane
was
reaction.
more the shock of that can live. But anyways,
Man, all
that's
them
not the point of
girls out
this.
There, yeah.
Point is, my house is falling into a pit and it makes me sad.
Sucker.
Well, I can't wait for pics. I wish you the best of luck. And I kind of want video when it actually does fall. Because it will.
Wait. Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh!
Dude, that would be like that would totally go viral. Like the dude who was in Texas with the explosion, and his like his 7-year-old kid.
Okay. If it actually fall in, I'm gonna have like a month's notice before it falls. So yeah, I can totally get video.
Yeah, right. It's gonna snap right on you. You're gonna be inside like, oh my
No,
god!
it's only my side yard. So if I start seeing cracks in the ceiling, I know the foundation's shifting, which means that it's going down, and then those guys are gonna have to pay for a whole lot of money that they really didn't have to. They just dug in the hole properly.
Speaking of issues, I'm curious, Meso.
Hmm.
As a resident Mississippian,
I think I know where this
What
is
is-
going.
what is your opinion on the recent news that Mississippi has only just now legalized the 13th Amendment?
What?
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Terms ratified.
Ratify, whatever.
I am ashamed.
No
But-
comment.
It's not like it
That's
matters.
No,
They
it's
had to
not
abide
real.
by it
but
anyway.
Still, it's
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
it's awful.
Oh, it doesn't matter at all.
I heard someone
No,
say
it doesn't
what?
because they had to abide by it.
Who gives a crap about Mississippi?
Who wasn't aware of this? Someone here?
I was
What?
not. I just. I mean, like, I guess I kind of heard about it, but if I was a joke at the time,
No, it is not a joke.
No, it was an actual thing.
You got
he
me,
was like,
kid. I was gonna say
It was
it's,
some
complete
kind
curveball.
of error in filing. It didn't get submitted properly or something.
Yeah.
Is
Can you
Mr.
just
Didn't
imagine
want to
this?
get submitted properly in the first place.
like, so like you could have owned slaves in Mississippi.
Yup. And it would have
And
been
it's like-
perfectly legal.
It would be perfectly legal, and you just
No.
like, oh, some dude didn't file the paperwork.
Once again, no.
So,
It's not out.
so what I'm hearing is Mississippi is now finally becoming a civilized state.
Not yet. It's
Sort of.
It's a long way to go before we.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's
still
a long way
Mississippi
to go.
though.
Are they still wearing pompadours and
I heard
really
it's
slick
rumor.
swag back in the 1800s?
There's a rumor that like 2 years from now, Mississippi will allow women the right to vote.
That'll never happen.
Let's
Oh,
let's
are you
not
kidding
jump
me?
the gun
Women
here.
having the right to vote? That's crazy talk.
That'll never happen.
What a relief. Kahi, next time you go down there, you'll be a free man, woman thing.
Free man, woman.
Free man, woman thing,
So-
tentacle monster.
So Kahi is a man-woman thing.
Slash tentacle monster.
Slash just cock.
Okay, we're done with this. So,
American.
What else?
who's next up for story time?
Kahi? I think that something has
Is this
happened.
my
I hear
turn?
Kahi talk enough. How about somebody new?
Okay, okay.
Kahi's story is very interesting.
I don't think so.
I don't know, man. After the Mississippi thing,
I don't want to hear about his tentacle monster life.
Well, I don't know.
Don't let it speak.
Oh.
Who else could go before Kahi? Var, you've been playing something that I have not yet gotten a chance to play, but I.
Oh yeah. The Minog continuation. Member on BZP. Wait, this is what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. A member on BZ Power continued Minog. Like he made his own continuation to it about the Bohrok Chronicles, basically. And I've been playing through a little bit of it, and I gotta say, this is just golden, genius. It feels official. It feels like an actual continuation, unlike Minog 2, which is a completely different thing. Well, not really, but still was. But either way, this is awesome. Although this guy should really proofread his dialogue a little more. My only gripe.
For chumps. Who needs to do that?
Meso, when you're calling people Uno Matoran and Haftu, then
Have to?
I think you should proofread.
Really?
But
Okay.
Var, there have to be Onu one, or no, sorry, there have to be Uno one Matoran.
Wow,
Side to side.
that was funny.
That was bad.
But no, but I mean, so
Uno.
far,
Right.
Sue me.
so
Hang on,
far, I
wait.
haven't really gotten to like the core story, but like it's pretty awesome, and just these custom animations and stuff that he's actually added to this is just incredible.
Yeah. Thing with that is, as long as it keeps the feel of MNOG, it's a success in my book.
definitely.
Unlike that Metro Nui online game from a while ago, which I guess kinda kept the feel, but it was not really. It was kind of different. Who am I to talk?
It definitely
Game
Who
of
am I to
Metro Nui?
talk? I've never played. Yeah, someone made a fan made Metro Nui online game.
Remember the card fad, Vin?
The card fad.
You had like a banner with
Yeah.
and you could go.
Oh
You
yeah,
go on the
that.
forums or other different Bionicle sites searching for cards that would add to your banner.
Wait.
And it, yeah, like okay.
Oh wait,
I'll
no,
go
no,
to
no.
B-
This was the disc fad. Card fad was Byron's thing.
Oh wait, no, yeah, that was Byron's thing.
I
Card
was like,
disc
what
fad,
the heck?
not card fad. Disc fad, where you went around and collected discs from each other's banners.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a big advertisement for Metro Nui Online.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I never played
Who
it.
all remembers the Voya Nui game? That
Ah,
I
yes.
do.
looking game? Yeah.
Took me
That
a
was
year to
awesome.
complete that,
You
but I
completed it?
did it. Yeah.
I feel sorry.
I did not.
Someone actually
It was-
completed it. It
I
can
never-
be completed.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
dude,
could be completed.
You fight Vezon and Fenrak at the end, and I think like all 6 Paraka as well.
Hmm.
It's like crazy.
I thought
And
there was
then-
like a glitch where you couldn't continue it.
No, not either that got fixed or it didn't happen to me. Or I think it did happen to me and it kind of like
Oh, what?
on chance worked.
Okay.
So,
cool.
Wow, you're lucky.
I know.
I should try and beat it one day. I never had patience for it because it was so
I
difficult.
Don't
believe they did
do
fix
it.
it.
Oh, I should.
I feel like right now there's a stable version.
Why?
Here's the thing. The thing with the Voyanui Online game is that you guys, okay, Master, you wouldn't remember this, but do you guys remember in the Matinui Online game 2, how you had to go between Koro this and Koro that, and
I played
this
more of
way,
OG2
that
than
way.
I did him in OG1. I do unfortunately.
Okay, great. You had to go all over the place, all over the island, all the time. That in the Voyanui Online game is amplified
Oh no.
by 10.
Well, forget that.
No. It's like I said, it has
No,
that
I agree.
Diablo-esque. You control a Toa. You go around. You destroy your enemies.
Tedious.
Tedious.
It's a tactical. It's like Fire Emblem kind of.
Yeah.
You know, where it's a tactical
No.
based RPG. No.
It's not
RPG. I
anything
guess
like
it's
him.
turn-based.
But
It's not an
You
adventure game.
should go die.
This game isn't a jerk.
But it gets tedious because there's nothing new. After a while, after it's just facing the same old enemies again and again, you don't have anyone added to your party. You don't have really anything new that happens. It's just the same old throughout the entire game, except you have to walk all over the place.
Yeah, tedious.
Yeah, I
Although,
I don't mind tedious things.
The engine could be used to make a far better game if people decided how to work that out. But
No one's gonna ever do that. People aren't
No,
creative
The
it's
enough.
Toa Maori.
You know,
Please,
speaking
so-
of the Bionicle fan created games forum, what's going on in it nowadays besides this Bohrok thing, which I need to play? Is there
Dude,
anything-
I haven't been there. I haven't been there since Leppy's Dark 709's comics, the movie game.
Don't
Oh yeah,
bring
I
that up.
remember that game.
I loved that game. I
Whoa,
came
whoa.
so close to completing it.
Wait a
But
second.
just do it.
Whoa. What,
I
what?
did complete it, and it was awesome.
I want to complete it
I
so
completed
bad.
it too.
Go replay it.
I don't have-
I think there was a cheat code, wasn't there? And you can unlock all levels.
No,
Something
that's
like
not
that.
the
Now-
issue.
Now, hang on a second. Explain to the fans what this is, because not
Yeah.
even I know it.
Okay. On BZ Power, there was a comic maker named Dark 709, and he made some of the most popular comics at the time on that form. He made a movie. He made 2.5 movies, and a guy named Leppy made a movie about made a game about the first movie. There's
Yeah.
a sprite platform game.
So basically, Bionicle, the comics, the movie, the game.
Basically.
Pretty much.
Awful.
That's quite a title.
I should have played it, but I was not around.
That was a lot of fun.
When was it out? I
It
don't think I was
really
around.
was. Character customization is amazing.
It was like
Hold up a
06. and it was
Hold up
around.
a second. Is it still? Can I still
I
find
haven't
it?
found it. I don't know where it is.
Mm.
I can't find
Archive.
it.
Yeah, games from that time have just like pretty much disappeared by this point. There's
Aw.
like almost no host for
It
that sort of
pains
thing.
me.
When I joined BZB, one of the major draws was the fan created games forum because there was all this impressive stuff in production, and then
Yeah.
I'm
Very
pretty sure
few
you
things.
can still find the topic and possibly the file unless
Well,
it's been taken down.
I think
Mm,
the
I
file
feel
is
like
just
they're
the
archives.
file was hosted on a site that's been taken down since. I used to have a copy of the game. I remember sending it to LJ once, but I don't know what happened to it.
Contact Dark, he might still have one.
Yeah, I
Dark
doubt
has not
that.
been on. so-
I could do it.
Dark's
I mean,
been dead for a while.
No, I'm able to contact him.
do
You
it.
know
It's
what?
not that I could
Yeah.
do it, but
For
It
I
probably
know
anyone
won't
listening
work, but I
who's- For anyone who's a game maker, I want them to make a certain game. You remember in the first Matanui adventure when you gathered up all those individual characters and you had this kind of Final Fantasy turn-based game like later in the game?
Which
Oh,
game?
what was
Which
it?
game are you
Some-
referring?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It was the first. It was the first Monog. It was when you
Oh.
faced the final battle at
yeah.
not
and
really
you played-
KINI'S. You just faced Elderahi, and then you got you had to. They
Yeah,
gave
something
you
like that.
tips
Yeah,
on
that's-
how to get all of them. Yeah. I know
They
what you
should
mean.
make an adventure game where you can, just gather up all these specific Matoran. I guess they'd be pointed to the story, and then you just kind of go on this quest and whatnot. And it has this
There-
Final Fantasy feel to it. That would
There
be
were a lot of games made with RPG Maker that are actually very good.
I'm still up.
You know, I forget the name. There's one that I got when I was a new fan, and it was a very long RPG, and I started playing it. And I've been playing it for a while, and I did not get to finish it.
I like it.
See, I wonder.
I forget the name of it was, but it was it was one of there's ironic. I feel like the fan created games forum has its own little subculture, not as big as the Artwork 3 one, but they had like these very big games and different style of games, and one of these was named oh man, if I saw it I could remember it. It's been so long. I'll look it up and try to find a title so you can link to it or something. But yeah, there's one called Procomania that I also played. That was also a pretty funny game. Procomania.
So
It was
many
about, like-
ideas to make so many games.
Tanog was a great game. I don't know if any of you have heard of that, but I personally thought it was the very best out of them all.
Hey, Kahi, your self-plugging isn't gonna work. No one play that game. It's noobish.
Ironically, that somebody is downloading that file
What?
again and again and again.
Really?
I still get emails that so and so has downloaded Tanog.exe from your server or whatever. I'm like,
You
okay,
know,
cool.
Yourself
I
doesn't
keep getting like
count.
once every. Even while the forums were down, somebody kept downloading it. I don't know who it was. Like, it wasn't anybody from the ICC. I know that.
You know, on
No,
a
I'm
different day, I
screaming
would be
here,
like,
but-
let's go browse the archives and let's look at all of the great fan-created game topics and see if anything, any of them are up. And then I realize you can't view archive topics.
Forums are down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I will actually provide a link to that game in the description for those that want to check it out, and I plan on doing it probably over this weekend myself. Because, well, no, first I should probably beat MNOG 1, and then beat MNOG 2, and then try this. So I have quite the backlog.
MNOG2. Don't get me. I love that game,
Yeah,
but
okay.
it's a hard to get for. Yeah.
So I think the ball's in your court now. I think it's time.
Is it?
KINI'S dropped out, by
I've
the way,
talked-
so he won't get to hear this.
Oh, shit! I didn't even notice.
Yeah. So I think that you should tell
Nope.
us what has happened to
Not
you.
He was all ninja.
Okay, well, I mean, the KINI story is much more visually interesting. Like
Yes.
his house is falling
Yes.
into a pit.
Eh,
It's being eaten by the earth. Like you can't. I'm not gonna be able to top that.
No, but this is. Just
But
okay.
yeah, this is okay. So, I don't know if anybody here really knows, but I work at the public library in my area. It's it's my job. I go there and I shelve books and do that kind of thing. It's just something normal I do. Well, I would say, is it yesterday? No, Thursday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I don't know when this is gonna be released. Thursday, I went to work. I was doing my thing. A patron, one of the people that they don't work there. They just go to the library. They're checking out book. She was working in like a corner section with her laptop and doing stuff like that. She comes up to me and she says, "I think somebody is spraying water on me, or not spraying water. I think somebody's
What
spraying
the-
something on me." And I do a double take, and I stopped and said, "Excuse me," because I thought I heard her wrong. Like, there's no way she actually said, "No, somebody's spraying on." But she was like, "No, I think somebody on the top floor is spraying me with something."
Yeah.
And
she was being
I walked out. I mean, it had been raining, so I thought, oh, maybe she means it's like something leaking. There's a drop of water that fell on her head or something. But she was like, no, somebody. So there's a man on the top floor, and he has this cap and this coat, and inside the coat there's like, I can't make this up. Inside the coat there is a spray bottle, like one of those things where you use this, the spray, disinfectant or just anything to wipe tables with or clean windows, whatever. He has one of those, and there's a chemical inside of that. And he goes right over where she's sitting, and he sprays her from above. Now, bear in mind, the 2 floors. She's not sitting underneath like a balcony or something where somebody could get on the top floor and like spray down below. There is a solid wooden roof over her head.
Yeah.
And if you go to the top floor, there's carpet covering that wood. So you even if you took like a bucket of water and just threw it on the carpet, guess what? It would get on the carpet.
Yeah.
It wouldn't seep down. So she asked me, can you go up and see if anything's there? And I decided to humor her, because I want to get on with my job. I just want to get this over with. I go up halfway up the staircase. I look around. There is nobody on the second floor. There's nobody. So I go back down. I'm just like, oh, I didn't see anybody there, ma'am. And she's like, you have to alert the authorities, right? And I'm like, I don't think so. He's like, I can't, I can't go up and like do a man search. There's nothing to put there. And she's like, all right, well, just watch out, watch out for him.
Watch out.
And yeah, watch out. And then like, so
Watch out for the water
I go
spraying,
back to my work. 2 minutes later, she comes back and she's like, I saw him. So I went up the stairs and I saw him. She said, do you see him? He's a man, like it's the man with a cap. And I look at and there's this dude and he's bald, so obviously not wearing a cap. And he's reading a newspaper. He's the only dude up on that floor. Like he must have just come in the 2 minutes we had gone. And I was like, I know he's sitting on the opposite side. Like he's on the second floor, but he's sitting nowhere close to her. So I looked and was like, he's on the other side, right? And she's like, oh no, he's like that's his friend. So there's 2 of them. So one of them goes and like they're very good. One of them goes and he distracts everybody. And the other guy comes and when nobody's looking, he goes over and he starts spraying. And like I don't even know what she thought he was spraying that could harm her. I almost asked her, like, is he spraying AIDS on you? Is that what is here? Like he goes over, she's spraying a disease, and he just. I was.
Me.
Okay, well, anyhow, but she's like, she asked me again, like, can you call the authorities? Can you call? And I said, like, so like, I was like, no, ma'am, we can't do that. He said, we have, I can't, I'm not authorized to do this or whatever. And she says, she says, all right, she says, like, but keep an eye out just in case you do anything weird. And then I kid you not, she sits down at the table, like, closes down her laptop and takes out one of those hospital masks. Like the dentist wears.
What? Yeah.
And he puts it over her. She puts it over her mouth and like straps on these gloves, and she walks out of the library. Like, I can't. What the heck? I have no idea. What the heck? I have no. Like it. I talked to the librarians.
What if she had a split personality and her other half was doing this to her?
Like, what the fuck is going on? Who is this?
Pull up to the librarian after him, like, there's a patron here, and she was like, she said that somebody was spraying something on her, and the guy's like, oh man, she said she came over to me and talked for 20 minutes about this, and she's like, I had to go and text the receptionist at the front desk to bring me up on the phone, so I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I have to take this call, and like, and she's been doing it to every shelver that's been around. Like we had a staff day today, so I talked to a lot of my coworkers, and they're like, yeah, she always comes up to us, and it's just, they call her the vapor lady because she's always complaining about like sprays, vapors, and people.
Guy, you gotta understand. She's trying to get your number, bro. This is her lead-in.
Yeah.
This is all big news, man.
It's a great way to break the ice.
Yeah.
Someone's spraying something on me. What's your number?
Then
That
we'll
is
get
just
back to it.
crazy.
That's messed up, man. That's messed up.
I don't understand.
My dude, have I? This is not well. I guess this is gonna be a bit too raunchy for the kids, but I think I've told you before that there was another guy who's banned from the library because
I remember this.
you remember this?
I remember.
Is this okay to tell? Do
No.
you think?
Heck no.
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 I mean, okay. Basically, he was doing some inappropriate stuff. That's just
Okay.
it boggles my mind why anybody would do this, and like we had to kick him out. Like there's
Posted
people
it.
that actually do this.
Make sure to tell us later. Tell me later.
I just put it in the chat,
Yeah.
Kahi. Put it in the chat.
Okay.
Well, I mean, basically, that's something you just kind of need to be aware of. You know, everybody, libraries are traditionally like a place where you just go and read books.
Yeah.
But there's easy nut jobs in there, and you just have to be
Not
into
a
look
dirty mags.
Who
This is
would
coming-
have ever
like
thought you'd see these
I
kind
know,
of
right?
people at a library?
I don't know. The library.
Exactly.
The library is where all the crazies go. There's a library.
No.
I feel
Believe
no
it or not,
telling
this
you
actually happens a lot. It actually
the
does.
government check. Like
Sorry,
if
go ahead.
nobody shows up at the library, guess who still pays for the library? The freaking government. So like if nobody goes to the library from now on, I still make money. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, there's a library right across from where I live. I could probably, go over there and meet a bunch of strange people.
I'm just gonna take a field trip to the library and just spend a day there analyzing everyone in there.
I've got it, Var. Yeah, Messa, you're pretty much gonna say TTV coverage.
TV coverage.
Just be like,
Library.
okay.
Hello and welcome to the library.
Yeah. No,
Books
Var,
both week. Books at library.
Would you like to come to our secret back corner?
Hello,
mind.
would you like to borrow a book? Books are for the weak.
Var, just make it like the Rahi show for my reviews. Hello, welcome to the library show. Here we have a bunch of nerds in their natural habitat. Weirdos lurk in the shadows.
Speaking of your
Yes,
reviews,
Insulted every viewer we have.
yeah. Speaking of your reviews, a bit of a quick topic shift here, but you're nearing the end of your 01 reviews.
Mm-hmm.
This is, well, how would you say season 1, quote unquote, of recap reviews has gone?
It's gone great. I'm very happy. It got me to actually completing 01 with some additional help, which has been much appreciated. And it's awesome. Season 1 reception's been great. Fan involvement's been great. Pretty much everything. Everyone loves the skits. So it's what I had hoped for. And I'm going to start up season 2 after a short break. In the meantime, something else will fill its place.
Yep. Well, that's good. What else do we have? Vin, you've made a game. And this game is actually, you've long since been making games in this quote unquote series, but this newest iteration, you should talk about it a little bit, and links will be posted, of course.
Let me stretch.
Is that necessary?
It's been quite a long episode.
Yeah, I
Having
gotta
to
stretch my
Listen
mouth.
to everybody. It's been, yeah. Oh my lord. There's one spot in my back that refuses to crack.
See inside there too, bro?
Do you need a bone snapped? No.
You're a funny individual. Is this necessary to talk about?
Wow, just wow.
Your
I'm just gonna make
game.
every single noise he can think of before he starts talking.
Please get on with it.
Oh, okay, fine. I won't talk then.
Okay, fine. We won't.
Okay, so moving on.
we won't promote. Yeah, what else is? Okay, LJ, you apparently have a story.
I know it's kind of along with the storytellingness. A little known fact is that me and my younger brother Speeder, we do irrigation work, and we basically take a bunch of these long pipes. Like, have you ever looked at a large field and seen like these pipes that kind of go through a bunch of large wheels, span across fields?
Yeah.
Okay, me and Speeder, on the field right next to us, we help manage those pipes, and so we move the pipes, and we have to disconnect them from the pump at one end. And so one day we were dealing with the pipe. We had to disconnect it in order to turn on the water so that the water would go through the pipe, water everything. As we're doing that, it's on. We're turning it on after just connecting it, when I noticed that the connection point that's connected to the pipe is loose. It isn't even connected at all. The water was just getting up to full blast. So I quickly rushed toward the connection point and say, "Quick, Speeder, turn off the water. It's not connected." The second I touched the gosh darn connection point, the thing disconnects, and I haven't. Have you ever struggled with like a hose with one hand? It's just flailing all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Think about an extremely large hose with 10 times the amount of water going at 10 times the amount of pressure. You'll understand the kind of situation that was going on there.
Yeah.
It was just spraying water everywhere. I was like, "Speeder, turn it off!" And so he finally does.
no.
We get it reconnected. And I just tell Speeder, make sure that never happens again.
Come on, Speed, get in the Mach 5, go!
Really? Jump TV. Yeah, I got that reference. You fool.
Yes.
Good. I hope it's
So did every other person in the call.
And that's an old VAR you watch. Let's ask this right now. Anyone who got the Mach 5 speed reference,
Raise your hand.
say so below.
Anyone who got the Mach 5 speed reference, use every single word that it could possibly be except for one single word.
Speed racer? No.
Oh, God, now you
Wow.
just...
God, I hope.
Wow,
Please
LJ.
hope
You
one
just
of
ruined the entire episode. Get out of our community.
Yeah. You're welcome here. You can be
Go on.
replaced with another.
You can be replaced.
Well,
You
if
can
I have
find
to
some other
leave,
person to make
okay.
bad jokes.
We'll just have to go hire Tahu Johnson.
Yes.
I'll just you guys can get like the Eljay bot with cool.
TJ and LJ.
Lol.
I hope so. Too.
Okay. So I
Got
think
'em
it's
all, that's
time. Vin, are you prepared?
I
Thanks.
guess.
Hang on, let me get my back. Oh God.
Oh yeah, I got.
There's still that kink there, but give me a
I
second.
still haven't managed to crack that one spot on my back. It's kind of annoying. It'll
That
crack
too.
eventually. It'll probably crack in the middle of my in the middle of my talking when I least expect it. The one bone's just gonna snap out of place.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Dang,
Okay. Begin.
that's a little too
Anyway.
much.
You're a little too much. Anyway.
That's what she said.
Okay.
Okay, what
All right, go ahead, go.
what was it, like 8 years ago? I got interested in Game Maker,
Ah.
and I would, like, time to time, I would play with it and, like, mess around with tutorials and stuff like that. And finally, like, around, what was it? Around 4 years ago, I'd say, I started to make my own game called Pokie the Stickfigure, in which you played as a tiny stick figure in a 2D platformer level base thingy, where you kill enemies and shoot them with guns and stuff, and go through all these levels of hectic madness and such. It was just your typical platformer with some neat little trinkets here and there. Anyway, I finished this game about a year later because I would be working on it on and off, and I got lazy and then put it on hiatus and such. And yeah, I managed to only make like 19 levels because then, like I said, I got lazy and I stopped working on it. And then I tried to all the ideas that I had for this game that I never bothered fitting into it, I tried to put into like a sequel, Pokie 2, which never
The
met.
return of Pokie.
Yeah, that never met its final stages. It only got like one demo that I let a bunch of friends online play. And
Yeah, just random friends.
Random
No
friend.
mention.
yeah, including you people.
Yeah.
And that it was all fun, I guess. But then I probably would have
Yes.
continued off from there had my laptop at the time not died out and made me lose all my progress. So
Yep.
And then so Pookie died again.
that
If
was
it weren't for you meddling kids.
pretty lame.
And then
So-
Poke 2.
Recently, I decided on just remaking the first game like entirely. Just putting all the ideas that I had for Pokie just in general and putting into one new brand spanking new game with a new engine and everything. Like I pretty much started from scratch, and I used some things from a very old backup file I had from back then. So yeah, it's kind of same basic platform, but it's gonna have new stuff. It's cool and
Insanely
such.
difficult.
Insanely difficult because it's one thing that I noticed that I did in the old game that I didn't mean to do. I actually made the old game very challenging, more challenging than it should be. But replaying it recently made me actually like that sort of aspect because in the game you play with infinite lives, you have no health. Anything that you touch that could be potentially harmful kills you instantly.
Yeah.
If an enemy touches you once, you're done.
Yeah, even if you're behind them.
Exactly, because they're so dangerous.
Yeah.
And the levels would sometimes drag on to very long lengths to where you have to be very careful and watch out for all the hazards. And that's something I actually really liked about the old game, even though I didn't mean for that. I was just so reckless when I came to making the levels that they just ended up like that. So I wanted to keep that in this new game. I wanted to have that aspect where you can get mad at it, you can get frustrated, but you're still having fun and you still want to play and get past all these difficult levels
Yeah.
by learning all the new hazards and such. And I even put checkpoints because I never had checkpoints before. You'd go through the longest level with all these stupid stuff happening to you, like getting killed by a flying airplane that's traveling at like 1 mile an hour, and you would have to restart the whole frickin' level all over again.
Yep.
So
My thing about
this
Pokie,
time,
the game's so simple in appearance. I actually like the fact that it's very difficult because that adds, personality.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be.
and back then I also used like stuff that that didn't belong to me. Like I used sprites that I would find on the internet for for certain enemies. This time I'm doing everything my way. Like all the animations, all the enemies and stuff are gonna be my creation.
Shui.
I already let you guys play like 10 levels of what I have done so far.
Yeah.
It seems like you guys had some
Sure
fun with
did.
that.
Awesome.
And I'll be linking this I'll be having this linked in the description for y'all to play out there. You can have a glimpse of the beta engine that I have set up because, yeah, believe it or not, there was an alpha stage and it was terrible. It was so bad. Like, Pokie kept getting stuck in walls and there was just no way of fixing it. I had to start all over again.
Well then.
It was horrendous. But, yeah. And what else? There was
The
well,
game's
yeah.
slogan.
Oh yeah, one last thing that I'll say about this beta demo. All the levels are possible to beat.
Yes.
You just have to get used to the hazards and such,
You just have to believe.
and believe in the Pokie.
And F4 makes it full screen.
And F4 makes it full screen, which I probably would have mentioned at some point, man. Whatever.
I would advocate you all go play it and leave feedback in the comments section. That'd be nice.
Oh yeah, do it to it.
Because
I'd love feedback.
you know what would be great? Video responses.
I've been working on it a lot in my spare time, just like adding random stuff to it. Like yesterday I perfected a rocket launcher that Pokie can use.
Very nice.
So cool.
And it's hilarious.
When you get enough done, I don't know how you go about doing this, but you should make a trailer and then we'll make a video about it.
In a world filled with pixels, only one stick figure has the power to defeat the evil.
Blank. The evil blank.
Pokie the stick figure.
Good enough.
Bum.
Yes.
More over the top than the game actually is.
Of course, that's the joke.
Yeah.
To get poked. But Pokie.
Ian, you're probably the only one in this call. Yeah, but you're actually the only one here who has not tried out Pokie yet, so I'll be linking that to you personally.
Oh, is that my homework?
Yep.
Yep.
And you better not get an F.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Teach. I'll send you a few more apples your way.
Yeah. I would also like to make a disclaimer. When it comes to this demo, there will be some things that I won't really like include in the final game. Like there's some things that I'm already looking over, like as far as physics go. So, yeah. And there's a scoring system that isn't consistent yet. That's because I haven't worked on it. I just put it there so that I could work on it later. So when you notice it, yeah, you'll notice it. But don't give me crud about it, because, yeah.
All right.
I loved how he described the enjoyment you'll have. You'll be frustrated, but you want to keep playing.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
make me think, oh, I hate this game so much.
But I have to keep playing.
You may kill your dog, but at least the game will be there as long as it needs to be.
Why do I love this game?
I must
Game's
save.
awesome.
I must save the stick figure kingdom. You need a name for the place.
I'll be honest though, Pokie isn't entirely my creation. Pokie was actually originated from these tiny GIF animations that a BZP member used to make.
I remember those.
Yeah, he used to make tons of them, and I love them. They're just so cool. They're tiny, and you could put them in your banner, and
They were tiny.
they were tiny but very. I don't know. I just thought they were little neat things.
The word you're looking for is shui.
Sway, pretty sway.
No,
little.
No. That's not
And
the word.
Word you're looking for is
then he and some other BZP member tried making a game based off of it, and that's where I got the idea. I was like, oh, well, I'm learning Game Maker, so why don't I try this myself?
And yours
So-
actually got done because I doubt there's
You
ever.
ripped them off.
So, yeah. No, it's more like, it's more like expanding on him. Because I said earlier that I'm putting in my own stuff. What I meant by that is while I'm including some of his original little sprites, of Pokie and then some other stuff, I'm also creating my own based on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of.
I hear you.
When I hear the stick figures, I just think of that stick figure one button game on Newgrounds, and the video that came after because of the comment. Oh man, good times.
If I don't know if people really care enough, but if people actually do care enough, I would be happy to link the old Pokie game from like 3 years ago.
People will probably care if we
what?
get the word out, which is
Yeah.
why I suggested
But
trailer.
The
shoving it in
19 really hard levels and such, and the cruddy everything about it.
Exclusivity. I like it.
Yes.
I remember I tried to get a story implemented into that game. It was so bad. It was something like this. The pixel world has been invaded by cyborgs.
What?
And the cyborgs have enslaved all of the pixel world's citizens. And now the slaves are evil. And only one citizen can save the pixel world. Pokie the Stickfigure.
I'll
Which is kind of ironic because like he's killing all the slaves, so he's really killing the population of the pixel world.
Well, all I have to say to that is make that a bit more over dramatic, and you've got yourself a trailer.
I'm not using that story. I'm
Well, no.
just throwing
The
you
thing
into
about
the
it,
action.
story-wise, Pokie doesn't know he's killing the citizens.
It's kind of like Super Mario. In the original game, apparently Bowser turned all of the Mushroom Kingdom's citizens into bricks.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And you know how what Mario does to those bricks.
What a villain.
No. It's also in Sonic. You know, when Robotnik's turning all the helpless creatures into...
No, well, it's even worse in Mario, because if you think about it,
The bricks are completely destroyed. In Sonic,
not
you're
just the
kinda
bricks completely
releasing-
destroyed.
Well-
Sometimes when Mario hits a brick, a mushroom will pop out.
Oh,
That's the
Oh, that
actual
is-
citizen,
Oh, no.
and he eats it to gain power.
Oh, my God!
So who's the true villain of Mario?
His brother, Luigi.
yeah, Luigi.
But yeah, Pokie the Stickfigure, platformer with random stuff and frustrating things and hazards all over the place. You can use weapons. You can shoot enemies with a friggin' pistol. At some point, I'm gonna put in rockets. You get to turn into random things. Like you can even turn into a rocket, or you can get shot out of a cannon, or you can.
Yes, it's epic.
Yeah, whatever. I'm done. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
I'd be pretty much repeating myself if I went on. So, play
The
it.
final person who has something to say today, I believe, is you, Mange. I don't know what
This
it's
is
about,
where I take my leave because I don't want to hear Envy talk.
but
Aw.
JK, I want to hear you talk all night.
Oh, thanks, man.
You have such a dreamy voice.
Later, bro.
Why, thank you.
see, I don't know what this is because you never said anything. But you apparently have news. Something happened. What's happened?
Well, on Wednesday, I went on this field trip up to a university, and there was a thing going on in an event called World Language Day, where basically you go around and like people were like having different high schools who were having like different competitions of who was better at different languages, and so I went up, and it was pretty hilarious. I was going around with like a friend of mine and this big group of girls from my school, and we walked into this ballroom, and it was like this whole event about German dancing, and it was like the weirdest thing ever. So we were like, so many high schoolers are packed into this one ballroom, and this guy has this accordion, and he makes us start dancing, and so it starts out with like there's a circle of guys, and then outside that circle of guys, there's an even bigger circle of girls, and he would play, and everybody had to walk around or march in a circle, and then he would change the accordion music to like this slow waltz, and then the guys would have to find a girl and dance with them, and it was like fairly awkward. But fortunately enough, a few of the times I actually managed to get a girl from my school when it slowed down.
Okay.
And but anyways, in that event, my friend that I was walking around with actually abandoned me. He went to go he went to go and attempt to look at some speech contest in Spanish. So
What a lame-o.
yeah, it was a pretty odd place, going to all these different competitions. I went to this one talent show that was apparently in German, and this one girl did this introduction. She spoke in German, and then she sang this song, but the piano accompaniment she played with it was so loud you could almost not hear her at all.
Hooray for professionalism.
And the group I was in, we would go and we'd sit in events because we had to get these stamps to get like a grade, like a stamp for being at the certain events. We'd go in for like a few minutes and then leave right after we got the stamps and that sort of thing. So we were just kind of going around quickly trying to get all this stuff done. And then we didn't even stay there the whole time because it was snowing bad enough that they canceled school early, and so they took us home fairly early.
Oh, man. This has been one heck of a week. So much has happened. Everyone's doing stuff. So many bad
Run a
things.
story,
So many
so I got-
funny things.
Things that are preventing me from implementing bombs into Pokie.
Yeah.
Like Boston. Oops, too soon.
Too soon.
Wow.
Oh. I don't think there's
Get out
any
here.
point where that's not too soon.
You know, Kahi has a good point.
No, no, no.
It's like saying, yeah, like 9/11. No, it's not 9/11. No, just don't.
Then how could you?
What
The
I do.
Holocaust. Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
different
like-
subject.
Yeah, Ben.
Anyways,
Hop, hop, hop,
70
hop, hop.
years, and it's still not any.
Hey, don't blame me.
Still
Blame Pokie.
Nah.
it was all Pokie doing. He's the one who brought down the tower.
Whoa.
Oh, dude. Ah,
Man.
never mind.
Okay.
We're done here. We are done here.
You're done here.
We are done.
Kills LJ.
We are done
Just
professionally.
the end of the road for everyone, actually.
Yes. Alright, well, that does pretty much wrap it up unless anyone else has a story to tell.
I have a story to tell.
You
I
do?
got a film story.
Yeah. So once upon a time, this episode ended.
Uh,
Wow.
story sucked.
Once
That's...
upon a time, I was in love,
Oh yeah, Var, you do have a story.
and
Yeah,
then
but-
I wasn't in love,
You have a very brief story that I
and then I
like.
killed myself. The end. Very
Oh,
brief indeed.
No, not. You know what I'm referring to.
It's a story of a dark comedy.
Are you referring to the Takanuva thing?
Yes.
So like recently I've been on this big nostalgia thing as far as BIONICLE goes, and I went online and bought a Takanuba Nusanui for pretty cheap on eBay. And it was for the most part complete. The only part it was missing was
Oh no!
in-
Oh, I forgot about Kadak and Gadak.
well,
Wow. The only part- oh. Then.
Oh, it got sold for $20.
I'll just continue my story another time then.
I'm sorry.
No. I want to hear this.
Angers
I
me.
want to hear this. This is interesting now.
Okay, anyway. And the only piece that was missing was a Bohrok shield that kind of goes in the front of it, that kind of goes right over Joller's How
Yeah.
front. And of course, the reason I've been buying like sets recently is because I lost most of my old sets through, moving and all kinds of things.
And also the infamous.
And also the infamous silver, which that went to Hero Factory, and I lost a lot of pieces from that. But yeah. So I didn't really have any BIONICLE sets, so I've been buying a lot, and I bought Takanuva, and that one piece was missing. And then recently I decided to clean up my room, just kind of reorganizing everything and moving things around. And like I have this shelf with a bunch of old VHSs on it that kind of just sit there. So I decided to pack up all the VHSs, move them to a box, and get them out of my room. And as I was doing that, I picked up one VHS like case, and rolled out the exact same Bohrok shield that I needed to complete the set from my original set that I had like 10 years ago.
In a VHS case.
In a VHS case
Huh.
that I hadn't
Not
touched
a believer. No, I'm done.
that I hadn't touched for years. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh. Why the hell did it end up in there in the first place?
Dude, I don't know. I was like 5.
Hang on. I've got a proper ending in this story. And this is how Bionicle has changed my life. Bring back Bionicle.
Yeah.
Boo.
Ha
Yeah.
ha 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 ha.
Funny guy. I wish stuff
I
like
wanna-
that could happen to me.
Sometimes I can't imagine the kind of people that somehow think they can just bring back Bionicle and just like
Save it
that.
for the autopsy. I'll
Oh man, I'm just like, people are idiots.
Silence!
Oh,
Silence yourself, good sir.
No, we love our adoring fans of Bionicle. That
I
said,
totally disagree with us.
I love the rational fans of Bionicle.
They're good. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
don't listen to him, people.
I'll drink to that.
He's delusional.
I'll
I'd
spray to
settle for
that.
We
Like,
love
I'll
you all.
spray
Settle
something
for
over
that.
you guys.
What have I done?
What I've done, I'll start again. Whatever pain may come today, this ends. Forgiving what I've done.
No copyrighted music.
Oh, Sispa got passed, right?
I like how you waited till after I had finished singing it to say no copyrighted music.
Yeah.
What is love?
Okay.
Baby, don't hurt
Well, this has
me.
gone on long
Oh,
enough.
man.
Don't hurt me.
We're cutting this short, but I actually did quite enjoy
Cutting
this.
this short. This is the longest episode in recent time.
Oh, it's not. It's only an hour.
It's only an hour, he says.
The longest episode we've had was like 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Whoa.
That's
Aerial
still
Chronicler.
We can keep
First
going.
interview.
But we'll probably do more of these in the future because this was fun. But basically, thank you for listening to this. All the myriad of topics that we've discussed. Links to Pokie in the description. Probably links to the MNOG fan game as well. And be sure to like, rate, favorite, comment, subscribe, share, follow, retweet, Yahoo group it, upvote, Reddit.
Google it, baby.
Yeah.
Google for the win. Master race, Google.
I, for one, bow to our new Google overlords.
Google Fiber, everyone. Get it. Get hype. Get hype.
It's
Google
the
Fiber.
future. Google are such great innovators. They are the hope of the world, right,
You're about-
LJ?
I'm about 10 seconds from snapping all your necks. End the episode!
Yes. We'll see you all
Here at
next week.
TTV Indoors.
You can't
Yep.
snap my neck because Google's got my back.
We will see you all next week. I'm messing up.
I'm Google.
I'm Eljay. The
I'm
takeover has
also
begun.
Google.
I'm Yahoo.
I'm a PC.
I'm Apple.
And this was TTV episode 64.
I'm an idiot.
Thank you for
I don't
listening.
like you.
Thank you for listening and goodbye.
You don't know how to make a decent console to save your life.